Go on. Sorry, we're live on the air, and I just patched you through the soundboard, by the way.
Okay, that was quick.
Yep. Go on. You were saying you found something interesting at Walmart?
Yeah, it's a doormat that says, well, hello there. I was like, I just need to paint General Kenobi. You're a bold one.
General Kenobi. How the freak does he... It's really hard to do a Grievous voice.
I know.
Oh, man. It's great to drink Gatorade again. I've been drinking nothing but, like, straight water and a little bit of tea all week, and it feels so freaking good to just have something with flavor.
Yep. Okay, sorry.
Alright.
Bring up Pokemon TCG.
So what is up, NSG fans? Nathan Sample here, and welcome to this new, lovely little stream where I'm going to be playing Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. I would be just playing Mario Maker 2, but my Switch Online, my service ran out like yesterday, the day before, and I got to wait until like next month before I can buy it, because I could probably like pay for a month, but I just want to spend like $20 and get like a year, because it's easier that way.
Wow, that's actually cheaper than what I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, it's only $20 for an entire year. That's one reason. There's a lot of people who complain about Switch Online, but that's one reason why I don't take them that seriously, to be honest. Let me,
That's actually quite impressive, because a year for, like, me on, Xbox Live is probably like, I think like 100 something.
Oh, I thought it was like $60.
Something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's been a while since
I'm trying to keep my save data intact, because this one right here with 300 moons is the one where I'm trying to 100% the game. They update this they've updated this game like crazy, by the way. Let me okay, I'm gonna delete the one I just saved because I don't need it, but yeah, the data management here is weird. What is up, Foxy? How you feeling, my dude? Hope you're having a very late epic day. I had a good time watching you play Skyrim for the little bit that I did. I've never played this game in assist mode, and I assume it wouldn't be very fun.
Let's see. Give me 1 second.
In the skies above Peach's castle.
Sorry, I'm changing out my mice. I don't like the way that feels in my hand.
Yeah, I'm great. Sweet. Bowser is eating bad foods for him. He ate hot wings. I will say this game is very beautiful visually. Like, it's a very beautiful looking game. I'm going to kill this woman right after I marry her.
Hey, give me 1 second. I gotta do out my mice.
Mario, I hope you don't die, Daddy.
Someone's on Discord. Someone's in the chat.
What?
Who's online with us? Oh, what's up, Foxy?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Much.
Sweet.
Long time no see. Or, no, long time no speak. What the heck am I saying?
I mean, you've
You
probably...
guys see me all the time. I don't know what you're saying.
I see him in my
I'm always
dreams.
here, there, and everywhere.
Exactly.
You've been lurking a lot. Like, you've been, like, lurking and then dropping, hydrates on me. Like a secret
I do
attack.
that because, like, I see, like, whenever I drop a hydrate, I see you're, like, in a difficult spot. So I'm like, drink this before you go rage mode.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Because I didn't notice that, but that probably does help me to stay chill when I'm streaming.
Like, because, like, I know a lot of the games you play, and I've seen, like, a lot of streamers rage out at certain parts.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, drink this before the rage mode happens.
Yeah, been there, done that.
I mean, if it works, man.
Yeah, I'm still streaming Skyrim, like you
Sweet.
said in your stream. I'm
Oh,
currently
nice.
on my way to Winterhold or Windhelm. I forget which one's first.
I know there's...
That'll be, Windhelm.
Windhelm.
White Run, actually.
Right. There's 3 different W towns, and they're all very confusing.
Yeah, I know.
Different W towns. So have you ever
There's
played
Winterhell,
Mario
Winterhell,
Odyssey before, Foxy?
Yeah, Winterhold, Whiterun, and Windhelm.
Yes. This game is like...
Hey, I already beat the golden coal thing before I even made it there.
Nice.
Can I just say, the very first time I played this game, it freaking blew my mind.
Mario Odyssey?
Yeah. It's like the first real open world sort of Mario game that I can think of, at least.
Mario 64 was kind of an open world type game.
It
Yeah.
was, but there wasn't as much exploration. It was like you can go
It's
wherever
true.
you want, though.
It's true, Mario 64 wasn't open world, it was just a very closed open world.
Yeah. What I will say about Odyssey is like the movement in it has been very much like nerfed compared to a lot of the other games. So like the long jump is shorter and like there's better movement options where you like dive onto Cappy and stuff. Like, I don't remember if I can still do this, but I used to be able to freaking, like, dive onto Cappy. I can't remember how to do it, though. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Oh, wow. Handheld Carmen San Diego game. Not heard that game
Where
forever.
is Carmen San Diego? Carmen San Diego. You remember that crap?
I haven't heard that name forever.
I remember back in,
I have freed a guy that was getting tapped by the Imperials, and he helped me beat him up and then just walked away. He's
Mr.
like, "Yep, I have to go
Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Tear
I've
it
done that before,
down.
it's real fun.
back." He's just gone. Where'd he go?
Reagan
running.
smash. Reagan
But, like,
smash.
he walked away. He walked away, and like he was right next to me when I was looting, and then I turned around and he was just gone.
He's smart. He knows what's up.
Oh, like, he straight up vanished.
Now you were talking
Okay.
about earlier when I was in your stream how you don't like the idea of breaking the game to like
Don't.
achieve goals. Have you at least seen the videos though where people are like ghosting through walls though, using
I don't-
bowls?
I like the idea of being able to do it, but I don't like the idea of actually doing it.
Yeah, I'm just
I
saying,
agree.
like, watching those glitch videos are so entertaining just for the sake of watching them, you know? It's like-
actually doing it just seems like a lot more work to do it than actually play the game.
Well, like, the
Well,
one
there's
that
a
I'm talking
console
about,
command
you
you
can
can
get
do.
a bowl and hold it in front of yourself and then just goes through a wall.
Actually,
But
you can't do that.
You can't do
Like,
that.
you know Mike, right? He came in
Sim?
here, was trying to, he was coming in here and telling me about the shopkeep bucket glitch.
The what?
I'm just like, the shopkeeper bucket glitch. Basically, put your bucket on a shopkeeper's head and you could steal stuff.
Oh,
from
you
them without them
said
realizing
bucket. I thought you were saying the F word.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you? Is he talking about a porn mod?
it. Oh,
No.
I really did not like the idea of doing it.
Yeah. Now, what were you saying, Shadow Wolf? You said you can't do that anymore?
I don't think you can do the whole glitching through walls by doing the bowl thing.
Did they
Anymore.
patch it out?
I think so.
Oh, that's no fun. See, I think, like, they need to fix the collision on the mountainsides really bad in that game. Watch this. Mario's about to have a freaking panic attack, guys. Look at this crap. He's losing his mind. Imagine, like, the terror that he must be going through right now.
I can imagine a lot of terror.
So it's like he's high.
Yeah, he's
You know,
going through the
look at
intro to
the- look like
Doctor
it's
Who
time.
right now.
Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm taking a look now. You'll probably get another penny from me. Congratulations. Yeah, you're getting another penny from me. Congratulations.
Sweet.
I am very confused. I
What-
remember this quest line, but what was the gourmet? Wasn't he the guy that just randomly teach you how to cook shit? No, the gourmet is the guy you have to poison. He was like the lead chef or something. You have to
No,
poison.
the gourmet, you have to kill them first and hide the body.
What quest line is this?
It's a really weird quest, and I remember having to poison one of the people in the gourmet. I'm mistaken.
You poisoned the emperor.
Oh yeah, and you killed the gourmet himself.
Yeah. But you poisoned the quote-unquote emperor because of you have to. Turns out it's not the emperor. He's just the decoy emperor.
I am still your emperor. And then he crumbles to bits. Does anyone get that reference?
He says like Thanos snapped him and says like, I am your emperor.
No. Do you remember that reference? Either of y'all? No. Think about it. We were talking about this franchise yesterday.
Oh, I wasn't in here yesterday, so I wouldn't know.
The Dark Crystal.
I was just so sick that I passed out early.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
It's fine.
What was that, Shadow?
I'm still alive and kicking.
I don't remember who it was.
It's the Emperor in the Dark Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Chamberlain was reaching for his staff and he goes, I am still your emperor. And then he starts like choking and crumbles.
Yeah.
I love the freaking weird texture in this world, by the way. It's so cool looking.
I like how it's like a top hat gothic style.
Yeah, and it's all fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's like Peanut.
Nate,
Yeah.
do you know what I all got yesterday?
What you got?
Or like for the last couple days? Yeah, like I got so many games, it's not even funny.
Well, what all did you get? Let me know.
Yeah, Skyrim, Black Ops 3, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, the Spyro trilogy, copies of Overwatch for the Switch.
Now, I didn't know. Is Overwatch a physical release still?
Oh, it's not physical anymore. It gives you a digital copy, and it gives you like codes inside of the. It gives you codes inside of the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else I got was like what was it? I got Xenoblade Chronicles, the remastered first one.
Nice.
Alright, see, that's one that I want to try. I've never played Xenoblade before.
What else did I get? I got Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch.
Sweet.
Alright, sweet.
I got like a couple other things. Hold on, let me grab my Switch to tell you exactly all the titles I got.
Sweet.
I got my Switch right next to me, so it's fine.
They recently released like I can't remember what it was. It was like
I got another
Otherworlds.
Animal Crossing game because my girlfriend wanted to play with me. Got 2
Sweet.
Animal Crossing New Horizons now.
Cascade Kingdom.
Yeah, MHA's second game by Heroes 1 Justice 2.
Wait, you got what?
Injustice.
Injustice,
My
okay.
Heroes 1 Justice 2.
Oh,
Like My Hero Academia?
I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then I get a Pokemon Sword.
Yeah.
Lucky.
See, I do want to really play the Pokemon games on the Switch.
Same.
And then I paid for 2 extra copies of Stardew Valley, the digital copies.
So you can play with Sim and Angel?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sim had it on his account, but Angel couldn't play them because it said, you don't own this, actually. Hey, Lala! Boy, I forgot, I don't have my headset plugged in. I just said hi to somebody in my stream that I can't actually say hi to.
Been there, done that.
That's alright. Back in the day, I did an entire stream for like an hour where I didn't realize the game audio was blasting and my microphone was kind of like barely audible.
Yeah.
And I remember being so disappointed in myself, man.
I got a lot of free like Switch games that I really enjoyed playing. Like Realm Royale was an Xbox game that I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah. I tried that one out.
It's not as great anymore, but it's still a decent game.
Yeah, I tried it out, and to be honest, I just wasn't very good at it. The very first time I played it, I tried to land on top of a building or something when I dove out of the thing, and I ended up getting caught on the building and just slowly sliding off of it, and then I was like, screw this game.
Hey, at least you weren't me. I tried to use the soar ability to go through a window of a building and ended up getting caught in the fucking window for the whole game.
Did your team win at least?
No, we lost because
Oh.
they died and I got killed by the storm.
Oh, that's no fun. I remember there's a game.
Stuck in the window the whole game.
There's a
Dude,
game.
they actually have a, where you can get a state alchemist certificate now. From Full Metal Alchemist.
Other than that, I got like Warframe.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I got Warframe. We can probably play that together at some point. If it's on the Switch, that
I
is.
spent a lot of money on it. Like, I've already spent a lot of money on it just to get like new frames and new weapons.
Oh yeah.
Lucky.
I rarely spend money on games like that though, to be honest.
Me and Sam have decided to go with Loki and Limbo.
I just went with
Two
like
most
the normal guy that came with the normal
what?
guy that's like on the cover or whatever.
Excalibur.
Yeah, that's
Excalibur,
him.
huh?
That's him.
Excalibur's great and all, but actually the most broken starter is actually Mag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bolt is great. Excalibur's great. Bolt's great for doing damage.
Mhm.
That's great for controlling the tide of battle. And Excalibur's great just for going in and stabbing somebody in the back.
That's what I do.
Well, like I like using his little bow staff a lot.
Yeah, but like honestly, if you want to know something,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, the bow staff is the worst starting melee.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe. I've only used the one that I've played the game a couple times.
You got the bow staff, Skana, and then you could also buy from like the market for 15k the ferrets, the ferrets, something like that, which are fists that have spikes on them.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, those are all unlocked right when you hit Mastery Rank 1. You could buy them in the shop for 15 credits a piece. 15,000 credits a piece.
Yeah. My, shoot, what was my favorite one?
Your favorite
Man, that was
Mario?
the bow.
Or-
No.
Oh, your favorite
Warframe.
Warframe. I thought you said Mario,
favorite
but you
weapon.
said my
Yeah, my
Yeah, but we
favorite
also
one.
play like Kirby Smash together. We all have Warface as well. Warface, that Warframe.
I tried Warface and I admit it felt really janky. It felt like a dollar store Call of Duty to me, personally.
It's like fine all the way up until like mission 2.
Till what?
Yeah.
The second mission, like after the easy and the tutorial mission,
Yeah.
a mission just goes from everything's fine, everything's normal to here's a boss fight that you can't hit without more than one player.
Yeah.
I know I saw Dr. Disrespect playing Warface a while back. And I was like, really?
I tried it like so hard solo. I wasted like 5 to 10 of my revive tokens on it.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like impossible to do solo because I have to have somebody distract him while the other person shoots him in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may re-download the game just to try it out, but I tried it once and I was like, this just feels like Call of Duty but cheaper to me. Like, if Call of Duty was, well, it is a mobile game, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. Like,
You wanna know something, Nate?
what?
I bought a new tablet just to play COD Mobile and PUBG, right?
Yeah.
PUBG has lost its, like, the PUBG Mobile has lost its, like, appeal to me.
Yeah.
Like, I played COD Mobile and I went into the Battle Royale. Like, I suck. I'm gonna be honest, I suck at multiplayer.
Yeah.
Going to the Battle
It's
Royale, my first game back is a 12 win.
a 12 what?
12 kills, a solo match.
Well, that's good then. That's very good. Dude, yesterday I was playing Fortnite after I finished playing Oblivion, and I swear I was playing
I saw
against
that. I was like here right for you to switch to Fortnite. Like I was here for like 10 minutes before you switched to Fortnite.
Dude, I swear I was actually playing. I know it's a meme, but I swear I was playing against bots that time. Cuz I ran up and I shot this person. They ran in a room, and then they immediately, it was the room right in front of me, and then they started pickaxing a wall as if I wasn't there anymore. Then there was another guy in the...
Huh? What's even worse than that, Nate?
Yeah.
You know the meme, like angry anything, right?
The meme?
Like how if you do anything spectacular and you're mad, they'll call it like angry ace for rainbow and stuff like that.
No,
Yeah.
but it sounds interesting.
Angry unicorn.
Yeah, but what I did was I was mad. Like I'm gonna be honest, I was mad because my mic, for some reason on Xbox, now let me talk to Sim and Ivy while I'm on Fortnite.
Interesting.
I was mad and I popped off. Everybody was chasing me and I was just like, okay, you guys want to come at me? Come at me. I got 12 of like the 21 kills on our team.
Sweet. Oh, there's Aunt Heft and her schnauzer Jerome. She is so beautiful.
I was just mad. Like, I was not having it.
Yeah.
So wait, I forgot I can't do that yet. Okay. I have to wait to...
But yeah, there was this character that like was immediately running up against, like, they ran in the next room and started pickaxing a wall. Then I played against a banana man who did the exact same thing. Then there were a bunch of characters that like it had to have been bots. There was like two guys that were right next to each other. They were ignoring each other. And then, like, I started shooting at him, and one started shooting at me, and the other one just sat there. Then the other one tried to shoot me, and I immediately killed him in, like, 2 shots. Then there was a guy, like, in the slurp swamp trying to, like, run away. I tried to shoot him from a distance, and he kind of just was like, He responded to me, but he responded to me by shooting in the opposite direction that I was. Like, shooting, like, over, like, I'm right here where the camera is. He shoots over here to the right. And I'm like, what is going on in this game today? I understand I'm not the master of this game. I don't pretend to be great at it, but, like, I don't think like, there's no way I'm bad enough where it's all bots today. There's no way. Like, normally my lobbies have, like, a decent number of normal people, and then there are a couple people that seem brain dead, and they're probably bots.
You want to know what's going on right now?
What's up?
People are refusing to play Fortnite. Like, a lot of people are refusing to play Fortnite until the big event comes out.
That may be why,
They're
then.
filling lobbies with bots.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense since they've actually been delaying it over and over again. Like, the last delay, I thought they were delaying it so that they could do a better job, but they're delaying it because of the protest in Minneapolis. I'm like, that has nothing to do with Fortnite. Just give me some escapism, people.
So
Like,
you just took a drink, but here, have a hydrate anyway.
what? Oh, okay. I mean, I don't mind that, but if people spam like 4 or 5 in a row, I'm just gonna take one sip.
Yeah, I don't do that. Like, I put one there, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes or whatever until I have enough to give them another.
Yeah.
Even then, I'll probably wait until I have enough to, like...
You could be like Shadow Wolf and just save them up. Like, I think, how many did you say you had?
Like 480 or something.
480. I got some, like, my moderator has like 50K right now or something. Like, there's a lot of people who have been watching me for a long time and just don't use them, and they're...
I'm a little bit upset.
Why?
I paid candy bars when I first joined your channel on this account.
Uh-huh.
Unlock the emotes, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, no. You can unlock an emote for a day for like one stream with that, but when you become a subscriber, that's what unlocks the emotes permanently.
Because I paid like 400 for it. Choose an emote to unlock.
Yeah.
And 300 for unlock a random sub emote.
Yeah.
It gave me the same run, and now that one's locked.
Oh, I guess I don't know why it does that. That's weird.
I'm just like, why does this work? Why?
I don't know.
I paid 700 candy bars for the candy bar emote, and now it's locked again.
I think it does that. I think it only unlocks it for a day, is what I mean. Like, it unlocks it for that stream.
That's just
Yeah, I think
sad.
so.
Well, I guess like the
7.
point that's like a built-in Twitch thing, and I think the reason why they do that is it's just like I think the features in general are just like a way to like reward loyalty, and it's like if you want to get
Yeah.
sub features without being like a subscriber, I guess that's
Yeah.
the point of it is for that.
Like, I would be subscribed to you right now, but the problem is, like Twitch Prime decided to say F you.
Yeah, and it like don't it's no big deal, dude. Like I'm not gonna be like, how dare you not be subscribed to me? I'm mad at you.
I was subscribed to, but I'm broke.
Yeah.
Like beyond broke.
This is like one of those games I get lost in and forget that I'm streaming sometimes.
Okay.
Those are some of my favorite games to play on stream though, or ones like that.
Just get lost in the mindlessness.
Yeah, I mean that's how I get with Elder Scrolls games as well.
Yeah.
That's why I've been playing Oblivion a little bit lately.
But yeah, I mean, oh, don't forget to watch me later on today.
Oh yeah, you go live at like 5 p.m., right?
Yeah, I'm gonna set up around like, I think it was like 4:45 or so. And go live at 5ish.
All right.
I just realized this whole time we've been talking, and I've not been playing the game at all.
Your stream's just like sitting there like, I guess he's AFK.
Yep.
That's all right. I do that sometimes too. I get
It's like,
distracted.
it's so lost in the game that you
Moment.
just completely forget you're actually streaming.
Dude, those are, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
like-
those are my favorite games to play on stream, or ones where I forget that I'm actually streaming. Cause
I
like,
did that with Dead Cells because like I was so focused on beating a boy that somebody messaged in my stream and I was like, "Hey, I'm streaming."
dude, I like hopped in your stream this morning when you were playing Skyrim, and I don't even think I had finished typing my message yet. And you're like, "Oh, hey Nate," I'm like, "Whoa, how did he know I was here? Does he have the viewer
Oh,
list
yeah, I
open?"
always have my stream open on my computer,
Uh-huh.
and then when I see that I have a new viewer, I click on the 3 dots and click my chat on this to see who it is.
Oh, okay, because I was like, how did he know? I didn't even finish typing yet. Because I was thinking it's like a Facebook Messenger situation. You know how like Facebook Messenger will show like such and such is typing? I was like, maybe Mixer does that, and I just haven't used it in so long that's what's
No,
up.
it's not that. I just always check my chat on this because I like to interact with my people that are watching and supporting me, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much like with me, and when I do my streams, I have my phone up constantly.
Everybody, I tell everybody that pops into my stream, you don't need to drop a follow, you don't need to drop the sparks. Your view time is what matters to me. Like, if you're here to view me and give me the support that I need to let me know that I'm doing a good job, that's all that matters. You don't have to drop a follow, you don't have to drop the sparks, you don't have to do anything like that.
Yeah.
You being here is enough for support for me to say, you belong here.
You
Yeah,
belong
same
to
with
me. You are my slave now.
No, it's not you belong to
I
me,
know,
you
I
belong
know.
here. You are part of the family.
Yeah.
Same with me. I mean, I like, you don't have to subscribe. It helps, but or you don't have to follow me.
Oh
it's
my
fine,
gosh, I
don't
forgot
care.
you can take snapshots
helps.
in this game. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. It's been so long. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I'm excited now.
It's okay.
That's legit. All my followers and all my fans that watch me regularly,
Uh-huh.
they're legit. I legit have a Discord for them, but I can't figure out how to get the bot link to my Discord so that way they can type in my exclamation point Discord to join it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what bot do you use? You use like Nightbot
I use the basic bot that they gives you.
that Twitch gives you? Or
that,
Streamlabs?
Mixer gives you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Check out Nightbot, because that's what I use, and I believe that'll work on Mixer.
I've seen a lot of people with Nightbot on here.
Yeah, like Nightbot's kind of the best option for that sort of thing.
But like,
Yeah.
hey, who do I even have as my bot? My bot. Hold on. Who is my bot?
I can't remember that.
Bot, something like that. Oh, I have Typebot.
Yeah, Hypebot's the one that's just built into Mixer.
But I also have another one that, like, if I do this, I should have another one. I even have a play. Hold on. Oh, actually, just gone now. I had it for a while, and it's like I linked it to my Discord, but it's not like actually.
Well, what I'll have to show you later on when we're off
I'm gonna
mic.
go check. I should have it in this group. Oh yeah, it's Scottybot. Scottybot's the one I have.
Scott bot. Scott has become a bot, everyone. He's been taken over by the darkness.
Scottybot.
Scotty
He's
bot.
been taken over by sense.
Scott's under the control of Ansem or whatever the freak his name is. Kari's
I
been
have to find a
infected
way-
by the darkness.
What I really need to figure out is how to like get another bot.
I'll show you, because Nightbot is just like, it's kind of just the universally accepted one, and I think it'll work well for you. That's what I use.
Probably.
That's what most of the people who stream use typically, is just Nightbot.
Yeah, that will probably help me because then I could look to them for help, you know?
Yeah. And like Nightbot can also help you like moderate your channel in some ways. Like you can block random links from being posted and stuff.
You could block random links, you could block random. Like certain words you could also have Nightbot filter out too.
See,
And
that's
when I
that's a
accidentally
feature I
said-
feel like Mixer should have built in, to be honest, but it doesn't. Like I tried to.
I went into somebody that was using Nightbot, and I said play, and their Nightbot like deleted my message. It gave me like, like it randomly deleted my message, and I think it gave me a warning. And I was just like, what did I say? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I have my Nightbot filtering out the word play. I used to have a lot of people come in and spam me with play invites. I was like, that's understandable, but I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, as much as YouTube screws up constantly, I actually like their, like, moderation tools a lot. I think they have some of the best ones, because you can literally just go in. Twitch has this as well, but YouTube's, when I used to stream there, their blacklist features were way better. So you can blacklist any word or phrase you want, and rather than them automatically deleting and timing you out, they'll just hold that crap for review so you can look at it. And I remember having conversations with other YouTubers back in the day where they were basically saying, like, I keep getting these stupid sub for sub things, and it's driving me crazy. I'm like, well, this is what you do. You go into your YouTube word blacklist and add the words sub for sub, add the words just subscribe, sub to me, follow for follow, add all that. And they're like, but then if somebody says I just subscribed to you, I'm like, that's why you have to not be an idiot and learn the features of the website. And then whenever someone does do that and it's genuine, you can just not hold it for review. You can approve it.
Yeah,
Like, there's
for
so
example,
much.
Like with me.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, Foxy, not too long ago, I had an issue where it says buy your followers.
Yeah, he ran into his first Twitch bot. That was his first malicious
I have a lot
one.
of people like that on like Discord where it's just like, boost your server, or join this server for free shit, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna block bots from my PMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had like
I
two
do that
of
too.
those.
Yeah, hold on, let me just I'm just gonna go through my block list to show you how many I've had to block manually by now.
But yeah, that's something on YouTube and on social media in general with content creators that I have like no patience for, is people who don't learn the features of the website and then like they treat you like you're dumb for saying, why don't you just do this? And they're like, no, that won't work. You're like, yeah, well, you're just too dumb to figure it out.
I have a total of like 4 bots, and like I believe this deleted user is a bot. Out of them, one bot I have it blocked.
Yeah. You have one bot blocked? Did he disconnect? What's up?
Yeah, I think so.
If you could you like add him and let him know we can't hear him?
Yeah, I am.
All right,
That's what I'm gonna
sweet. Oops, I guess I accidentally didn't do the thing I need to do there. Yeah, that's something I have
there he
trouble
is.
being patient with on with people on YouTube is people who
There you
don't
go.
try.
Work? My
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
The
Yeah,
freak?
we can hear you now, Foxy. Sorry.
Oh, I
about
was
to add
hitting
you
the
and
wrong
say, hey,
button.
disconnected.
That's why. I keep forgetting I'm playing the Switch with an Xbox controller right now, so B and A are the opposite. So I keep closing out of things when I mean to approve them.
Yeah. You still there, Foxy?
I don't think he
Okay.
is.
Let me see here. I'll add him. I'll just have an ad just in case if he,
Yeah.
you know.
He may just be having network issues right now.
Yeah, probably.
Is
He's
it
back
work-
in.
You're cutting in and out, but I could hear you for a sec.
Yeah.
It keeps giving me RTC disconnected.
RTC disconnected, eh? That's interesting.
And I'm just like, what is happening? Why is it not letting me talk?
What is happening to my life? What is anything
My whole life
anymore?
is falling apart at the seams.
It's funny
That's not
because
my
it's
life,
true.
To be honest. Oh, wait.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Funny because it's true.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm re-downloading Oblivion on my computer now.
Sweet.
I want to download Oblivion again, but I don't think I will. I haven't played Oblivion yet.
Yeah.
I played Skyrim, I played Blaze, and I played like Elder Scrolls Online. Those are the three I played.
Yeah.
I'm still playing ESO. I'm just
ESO.
picking it up, but
I-
I'll play it
Oh.
every now and then.
I forgot I had a mocha Starbucks next to me.
A what?
A Starbucks double shot mocha.
Oh, you just have coffee next to you and you forgot.
Yeah, I just completely forgot I had it there.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
that happens to me when I'm working on something important. Like, I'm like a big dude, but I totally forget to freaking eat whenever I've got like a huge project that's just consuming my time. Like,
Yeah,
there
I've
was
been there.
one point where I had to edit a whole bunch of stream VODs all at once. Like, I had to edit like, I don't know, like 10 of them. And so I just like didn't eat all day, and then I ate an entire pizza later.
Hey, Nate,
Yeah.
just a heads up, you might get another, like, your stream thing, the stream bot. You
Uh-huh.
might get a notification saying I'm being live again. But that's
Uh-huh.
only because I can't change my title without stopping the broadcast.
Oh, it's fine. Like, I'm not bothered
gonna
by
go-
that. It's the only time I ever...
Other games.
Yeah, the only time I'm ever bothered by people doing that, and I think you can use Nightbot to change your game like that as well. Because that's something I use mine for, to change my title in my game.
That would be nice if I could do that.
Yeah, but like that doesn't bother me. The only time it bothers me is if someone's clearly having connection issues, and it's just like they went live. It's like 15 times or something.
The most you'll see me do that is like 5 times. If the 5th
Yeah.
time it's still not correcting properly,
Yeah.
I'll just
I heard you.
give up on streaming for that day.
You need to head out, Shadow.
No, I was just talking to my friend. Real quick.
Oh, okay. But
I think today's gonna be a variety stream.
yeah, like that's what I've been learning is like I want the runtime of my streams to be a solid like.
That's, just 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna mute for a second.
Oh, you're good.
Right?
My runtime for my streams I'm going for is about 4 hours, and I used to just try and muscle through everything and just go. And what I found is for me, like if I start getting sick of a game, it's better for me to just switch for a bit. And
That's why, like, I love Skyrim and all, but like that's not a game you can play for like 6 hours on end, unless you're like addicted to it.
it
I have to get to the point where I usually get hooked.
Yeah.
Is right when I start fighting the first dragon, and that's what usually happens me for like
Hey, y'all,
8 hours
right back. I'm gonna
afterwards.
take a bite from my phone.
You hurry
I'm gonna
back,
mute
my dude.
y'all, and I'm gonna mute y'all real fast. So. Be right back.
Yep, yep.
Like I said, like right after the first dragon is when it usually hooks me for like 8 to 12 hours afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I am with some games. I think I'm trying to think of the last game that hooked me for hours and hours, and I think it was just the original Halo. At least for streaming.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Animal Crossing New Horizons, the first time I played it, like, it took me for like 3 days straight. Like I would play nothing but that.
Yeah.
I'm honest. It hooked me, and afterward it just started dying down slowly. So.
Yeah, I mean, like that's how a lot of games are, though. You get hooked, and then it becomes kind of routine for you.
Me so bad. The main reason it hooked me so bad. It was my first ever Animal Crossing game, believe it or not.
I mean, I've only played the GameCube one for a short time, and it really wasn't my cup of tea because it's got the same issue as Minecraft, where it's like. This is a game where there's no goals. I'm just doing nothing, basically. And, like, maybe I could learn to like games like that. You know, the same way, like, I used to hate JRPGs because I hated grinding and I hated, like... I had an obsession with, like, efficiency and not wasting time because, like, just personal reasons. And because of that, I hated games where where it took hours and hours to do something simple. And I kind of learned to love JRPGs at a certain point. Come on. I think he may have disconnected again. I don't know. You still there? You still there? Yeah, you cut out really hard for a sec.
My mic might have been wet a bit because I don't know what something's dripping.
Oh, okay.
I moved that, so maybe that will help.
Yeah, I totally thought you had just cut out again for a sec.
I was still here trying to talk to you because, like, I heard you.
Oh, okay. Sweet, sweet.
And I was just like, because I was like, what the? It's dripping, and I was like, oh, sorry for cussing because I forgot.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I heard you say something about cussing, but I didn't even know what you said. I was like, what?
I know sometimes you don't have it on 18+ streams, and that's why I was just like, oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no, I keep mine on mature all the time.
Yeah, but like a couple days ago, I saw that, like, I went into the stream and it didn't say the mature warning, so I was like,
That's on Twitch's end, not mine. I keep it there all the time just because I don't want to, because like the COPPA thing, and I don't want to deal with people being like, you make content for children. Like, they do that all the time with YouTubers. I'm like, no, I don't. I make content for people who want to watch it, but this ain't a children's channel.
that's why I have mine on 18+ all the time. It's like, so you know, if you join this chat, you agree.
Yes.
You cannot say something is wrong here.
That's I used to have a bumper that played before all my stream VODs that literally said the following content, I can't remember what it said. It basically had a viewer discretion is advised thing going on to basically say, I'm not your freaking dad. If you're offended by a thing I say, that's your fault, you know, that sort of thing. What's up, Shadow? Welcome back.
I had to grab another keyboard because I can't find the dongle to my keyboard. I have to borrow one of my friends.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Just one of those situations.
Give daddy that dongle, baby girl. Let daddy suckle on that dongle, baby. Baby jorts.
Do the levers up so I can...
See, I want to make NSG jorts, dude. That needs to be a thing.
What?
NSG jorts. And if you scratch and sniff them, they smell like mayonnaise.
Smell like what? Hold on. They smell like what?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, mayonnaise. That's not what I heard. I'm gonna be honest.
What did you hear?
I heard lemonade, and I'm like, wait, what?
I'd be into that. Lemonade jorts. They're just bright yellow colored NSG jorts. They got like my logo in the corner. I'm gonna make.
Pay for it. I'd pay for it.
Same.
I'm gonna make NSG the next Tommy Hilfiger. You remember Tommy Hilfiger was big back in the 90s, the early 2000s?
Yeah, they still kind of are.
Oh, are they still big?
Yeah.
I remember I used to be
Steam is having a
really
big old sale,
confused.
apparently.
Huh?
Steam is having a big old sale, apparently.
A big fat meaty sale.
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot of my
Borderlands.
games
I don't know
don't
if
sell
it's
that
still
on
free, but it was free on Epic earlier.
What game?
Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel.
They're not free on it anymore.
Not anymore. They've
Yeah,
also
I think they change every day.
no. It's every like week they change it, I believe.
Yeah.
Moon charge and
Just letting
descent.
y'all know, I might sound a little distant
Yeah.
a bit, but I'm going to try to do a little mini stream. So I'm going to switch over to my computer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, why do a
I'm
mini
testing
stream?
some
Why not
stuff,
do a
so-
big fat girthy stream, dude?
Because my friend's working.
Oh. You can do an ASMR stream. You can. I wish like ASMR people would basically just start off every video they do like, "Alright guys, I'm trying not to wake up my dad."
No, he needs the internet. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He works from home.
Oh, okay. Cuz I hear you say that all the time and I always wondered what you meant. I thought you meant like if you're too noisy it'll distract him.
That, and also he uses a lot of internet.
Oh. Like what does he do for a living? Is it
He deals with immigration. That's as far as I can say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Governmental.
Okay.
That's not as far.
Yeah.
You didn't need to go past the fact that it's immigration. Like, that's all
Yeah.
you need to say, but just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so-
the moment you said that, I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't need to know anymore. I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm sure he needs
I'm
internet.
gonna patch y'all through my computer.
Uh
I'll have y'all on headset, but my microphone is gonna be way away from me.
huh. All right.
Wait, what?
This is why in the Navy they called me Big Booty Mildred.
The thing is, my mic is I have to have a separate mic from what I have on my headset because it does not like my headset at all.
I had a question for you guys.
All right.
Did any of you guys play GTA 5?
Yes. I did.
Have I played it or?
If you guys play it, there's
don't
this
play it
thing
anymore.
on Twitch Prime apparently. Get up to $1 million GTA dollars each month you play GTA Online.
Oh, I've
Holy
never
crap.
played it. Oh, this is interesting.
So for like every month
I-
you have Twitch Prime linked to your GTA account,
Huh.
you get $1 million.
Yeah.
in game.
I've got I got it free on Epic Games, but I've never played it because I run Mac. So I basically just download those games when they're available. But
Yeah.
I don't have a way to play them yet. At some point, I would like to.
Anyways, I'll be right back, okay?
All right,
Oh,
stay in school.
oh, that's cool. I like that.
I had someone hop in
Yeah.
my stream one time when I was playing Dauntless, and they basically just shared a freaking code for like a Dauntless skin from Twitch Prime. And then they got really defensive because I assumed they were trying to self-promote or they were trying to like do something malicious because they're sharing random codes in a public stream chat that they don't follow out of nowhere. And they
Okay.
they got kind of weird about it. And then I like normally if someone hangs out in my stream for a really long time, I assume they're going to follow or they're going to at least like say something when they leave. This person, I think, just got offended at me because I was, like, assuming they were trying to hack someone or something, and they just, like, left. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, this is just weird behavior anyways.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Apparently Twitch Prime also has something that I really would enjoy having right now.
What?
RuneScape and old school RuneScape membership.
Oh. Yeah, I've talked to, Yo-Yo about RuneScape, and he says he didn't think it would ever be my kind of game, but
RuneScape, don't get me wrong. RuneScape, not that great of a game. I will admit, it's not that great of a game.
It's probably nostalgic.
Comparable to a lot of different games that people like.
Yeah. Like for me, the way it's been explained to me is it's basically just grinding for a very long time.
That's a lot of games. You grind to get started, but as soon as you get started, it just amps up.
But does RuneScape amp up? Because all I've ever seen people...
Actually, it does.
It does?
As soon as you get past the first area, it goes berserk.
Interesting. Oh, that's a coin up there. I was like, what the freak is that?
It's like grinding in like the new game, what was it? Era, I think?
I can vaguely hear you, Shadow. You're really quiet though.
I can hear him just barely.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta screech into the mic like an eagle, bro.
You know the game that's been going around, and Nate, right? Bless Unleashed.
Oh, what? Say again?
It's a free. Bless Unleashed. It's a free RPG that's available on Xbox.
I don't know what that is.
A lot of people I've seen on streams on Mixer have been playing Bless.
Blessed.
It's just a very big grind for a lot of nothing. Like you get to the 5th area and then it starts getting good.
See,
Then
that's
it
a
actually
struggle
has
that I
something
have
good
with
about
games in general is when it's like if you just play it for 5 hours, then it gets good. I'm like, but why would I want to play it for 5 hours if it's not good that whole
It's
time?
not that good.
Yeah, that's something that confuses me with for example, I've got Final Fantasy I think it's 13 over there on the shelf, and I do plan on streaming it at some point. And I've talked to so many of my friends who have literally said things like, "Oh yeah, that game gets good 50 hours in," and I'm like, "Do you what? Do you realize what you just said?"
You want to know what I think about MK11?
What?
Know what I think about MK11?
What?
There was a lot of build-up for man.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh, I can hear you way better now.
That's way better. I beat MK11 in I beat MK11 in 2 days, and I was just going through the story mode, and then the story mode ended, and it's just is that really how they're going to end it?
I mean, in fairness, I don't expect much from a fighting game story mode in general. It's I think Smash Bros is the only fighting game I've ever played with a really good story mode, like the Wii version.
Let's be honest here. Most
Yeah.
Mortal Kombats have a story mode, and then they have an arcade mode where you can see the ending to every different character.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
MK11 doesn't have that.
I mean, I personally play fighting games the way that I would play an arcade game. I kind of turn them on, fight a couple rounds, and then I'm like, well, that was fun, and then I kind of turn them off. That's just me.
But MK11 is the story mode, and then there's online mode. There's no tower to see the ending to every character.
But yeah, I turned my microphone to max for y'all to be able to hear me.
That's what upset me about MK11. It's if they added a bit more story into it, it'd be good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's because I've never been a huge Mortal Kombat guy. My favorite fighting games have always been games like Power Stone and Smash Bros. And I would even go as far to say PlayStation All-Stars, not because it's a good game, but just because it fits that style I'm talking about.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah.
Alright, hurry back, my dude.
It won't be. I'll be 2
Well, I know what.
away,
You want to know what MK11 decided to make a story out of instead of actually
Johnny
having a story?
Cage and Sonya go back in time to save them, their daughter or something.
I understand. There's a whole story. There's a whole story mode. But do you know what else they decided to make into a story?
What?
Crypt feature.
Tripped feature.
Crypt, where you could go and unlock content by spending coins and shit.
Uh-huh.
They made that into a story. They made that into a better story than they made the actual story.
Well, isn't that the game where it's Johnny Cage goes back in time or whatever?
Yeah, where Cage and Sonya all go back and forth into time and
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like kind of a cool story to me.
It's cool all the way up until the end, and then it's just. I would tell you the ending, but it's kind of a big spoiler. So
I think I've watched. Like you can tell me. I don't care. Like
the ending is legit. Aiden giving Liu Kang control of Orthrop back in time and reset everything. And it's just like that is big build up. That.
I mean, that's like the Pokemon first movie, basically. If you've ever seen that. Like, all this crap that happened, everyone in the Pokemon world agrees to be a pacifist, and they agree that fighting is wrong. And then they're like, nope, and they reset that crap. That's the funniest contradictory statement, because the entire series of Pokemon is literally about fighting these animals. It's basically about cockfighting. And no, I don't mean fighting with your wee-wees.
You mean fighting chicken fight, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, literally, there's just at the end of the first Pokemon movie, they make it into a statement about, like, fighting is wrong. Why are we making these poor, innocent animals fight? It's like, what are you talking about? We just watched an entire season. Like, this is just the Indigo League. There's gonna be 700 more. Are you gonna sit here and tell me, like, that it's wrong? This is.
They go back to do it.
Yeah, they did. They literally hit the reset button. And then I think they made Pokemon the movie 2000 and brought back Mewtwo or something.
I forgot Skyrim is in. I don't know why I tried to play Black Ops when it's not in.
Pokemon 2000 was based off of Lugia and such.
Wait, what?
The first movie was based off of Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Pokemon 2000 was Lugia.
And then they had like Mewtwo Strikes Back or something, didn't they?
That was no. Which one was that?
Well, they had the third movie with Entei. I remember that.
Yeah, the third one.
Entei was like this rich business guy who then like returns his Entei and he's got like his daughter or some crap.
Yeah.
Then you've got Mewtwo
question.
Strikes Back or something. What's up?
Which one was the one where like this girl was like controlling Entei through her mind?
That's
like,
the third one that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
that one was like so weird to me. I felt like I was tripping the whole time watching.
I kind of loved it. Like, I like weird movies. I'm like, I'm
movie.
weirdly.
Like, that was like a movie that stuck out to me in my brain, but like at the same time, my mind's going, "What the fuck did I do?"
Well, like that's the thing with me. I think like before internet culture was a thing and it was cool to be quirky. I just have always naturally been really attracted to just weird freaking movies because like I don't know. I guess it's just like the feeling of like this is different than every other thing I watch on TV constantly. So I naturally feel more inclined to enjoy it.
I have one more question for you, Nate.
Yeah.
What's the game with like the face huggers? Not the face huggers. So like the giant aliens that like attach to the people's head and like take over their mind.
Like what era was it?
Like the top of their head, like directly.
No. Like what era of gaming was it? Is that Metroid?
Michael's saying Half-Life, but I was making sure because I got the HEV outfit and the crowbar in the Dead Cells, like the Dead Cells.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never played Half-Life. I.
Gordon Freeman alone because he's the only person who's able to wear the last HEV suit. The crowbar is the main weapon in that game.
Well, I died.
See, I was
10 seconds into this one.
I was gonna guess like a really weird freaking movie game. I was gonna be like this old arcade game called Xenophobe.
I was about to say, somebody had
It's a Xenophobe.
No, Xenophobe.
Oh, Xenophobe.
It's literally like it's got like aliens from like the movie Aliens.
Ah, yeah.
It's an old 2D arcade game.
I accidentally said facehugger. I didn't mean facehugger.
Oh, okay.
I meant like the people, like Half-Life aliens. You know what they do?
I've never played Half-Life to be honest.
What they do is basically attach to the top by your like, at like the top of your head in the brain area. and just slowly like go down until they're covering your whole face and take off
So
your
they go down on you?
Called head crabs.
Yes, thank you. I didn't know what the fuck they were called.
Head crabs. Yeah.
Head crabs.
Head crabs. It's like head lice.
Just a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's a lot worse because you know that they're on you, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that would be quite terrifying if you knew there was a parasite on you, but there's nothing you could do about it.
Like the person that is affected by these things know that they're infected, but they literally cannot stop their body from doing what the thing is making them do.
I by the way, I watched the first Star Trek like Next Generation episode. No, well, not the first one. I watched the one about the Borg where they kidnapped Picard yesterday.
God, I'm terribly out of practice in this.
You know what I'm talking about, Shadow?
Yeah.
And that was interesting because, like, you see Picard being taken over by the Borg, and he literally, you see a single freaking movie tear roll down his cheek.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
so fascinating.
Yeah, it's like, it was like, it felt like generalized sadness. Like, I can't do anything.
Give me this.
Yeah.
I'm going with no shield. I'm going blood sword and lightning bolt.
Yeah, I remember that episode. That was actually good.
I literally could just throw lightning out my hand.
Okay, anyway.
Lightning on.
I remember that big booty episode. What would you do if someone tried to scream into your jorts, everyone?
Into my what?
Someone tried to scream into your jorts, like that. They walk up to you and pull your jorts open and just scream into them.
Okay. The Pokemon
Wars?
are,
No, your jorts.
Okay, you mean I heard like at first I heard jorts, but then afterward, like you said they tried to pull your drawers off you, and I'm just like, wait, what?
No, it's jorts, like JORTS.
Jordans, pretty much.
Jean shorts.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah, jorts. Jean shorts.
I've never heard anybody call jean shorts.
Because that's like a 90s terminology. That's what people called them in the 90s. They called them
born
jorts.
in the 90s.
I was born in 95. I was like 5 when the 90s ended, but I think it's funny.
I was like 1 when the 90s ended. I was born in 99.
I was born in 91.
I freaking love that crap,
Wait,
dude.
Shadow, you're older than me?
He's older than me, too.
He sounds younger. Like, I am not.
Okay, Nate,
Yeah.
Mewtwo, Pokemon the first movie was Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because actually the first appearance of Mewtwo.
Well, no, they foreshadow Mewtwo in the show itself, but it was his first appearance.
Yeah.
The first time
appearance
Mewtwo
was
showed
actually
off
in
his
the
big old
first-
booty. Would you
Then
touch
there's,
Mewtwo's butthole, dude?
Pokemon 3, the movie Spell of the Unknown.
Dude, would you touch Mewtwo's butthole?
I don't know.
I admire your honesty.
I'm gonna be honest. It depends on how much the
yeah.
person's paying me to do it.
$7 grand.
Fuck it. Give me that ball.
Give me that booty hole, Mewtwo. Daddy wants to suck on it.
But yeah, there was also Pokemon 3, the Spell of the Unknown, which is one with Entei.
Yeah, it's got Magnemites and Entei and
Pokemon Forever,
Dead Dads.
Forever, Celebi, the Voice of the Forest.
Oh, I know that one.
That's
My
the
brother
one
told me
with
this,
the little green pixie Pokemon or whatever.
Celebi.
Yeah, Celebi, that one. Celery.
Okay.
Celebi, aka Celebi is basically the jumper through time.
Yeah.
Yes. Celebi was the time. Actually, no, wait, no, hold on.
She's not actually the time Pokemon. She's just a person that could travel through time.
Yeah, she just kind of she kind of wakes up someday. She's like, I kind of want to see what the 50s were like. And then she goes there and a man tells her to make a sandwich and she's like, never again.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I've never understood that one. Like, I think it's a funny joke, but I've never understood, like, the sexist joke of, like, make me a sandwich. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why is it always
Because
this...
back in the
No,
And
I
when,
get the
like,
historical. I get the historical side. I just don't understand why a sandwich specifically. Like
Because
what?
that's what a lot of people could afford back in the day.
Oh,
Like, back
okay.
then, like sandwiches were the main meal of people because that was mostly all they could afford.
Okay, because that's what I always think about. I'm like, sandwiches are tasty, but like, just a weird choice
Like,
for
if they were to
specifically
say-
like the thing you demand.
They didn't have much choice to say back then.
Yeah.
Like steaks were literally off the menu for a lot of people. Eggs were actually off the menu for a lot of people as well. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
How about Night Odyssey?
You say something, Shadow?
What y'all talking
I
about?
heard.
We were talking
I
about
heard something-
sexism from the 50s and sandwiches.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus. No, Mario. Mario.
He
No.
was asking why it was such a sexist show, specifically sandwiches, and I explained to him because like back then a lot of people couldn't afford much more than meat
Yeah.
yeah,
and bread, and that was like all they could afford for like.
yeah.
Also, I guess the other part of why I never understood it is a sandwich is the easiest food to make. Like, it is the easiest food to make yourself. It's such, like, that just adds to, like, how weird and sexist the idea is, because it's like, make me the easiest thing I could make myself, woman. Like, what are you, make it yourself. It's so easy. You freaking loser. Like, I understand if you want, like, a freaking, like, very complex thing that only, like, your wife would know how to make, but, like, it's a sandwich.
I sent you something, Nate.
Huh? Yeah, what's up?
I sent you
He
something.
sent you something.
Oh, sweet. Is it a sandwich?
Nah, it's list of the Pokemon movies.
Dude, what if, like, I got a ring on my doorbell and it was just, like, a guy dressed like a milkman and he had a cooler filled with sandwiches. He just handed me one, like, here, Shadow Wolf sent me. I'd be really freaked
Like,
out.
here, Shadow Wolf sent you this.
I'd be
Give
so
you, like, a
confused.
PLT.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yes. I'd be so
I might
confused.
sent you some sandwiches.
Some
Hey,
sandwiches.
Nate, if I ever sent you a sandwich, you know what I'd be sending you?
What?
A meatball, my meatball marinara that I always make at Subway.
Those are tasty. That's what I get normally when I go to Subway.
I make it specifically in specific ways where it's
Yeah.
not that like hard for the staff to make. It also tastes like as if a lot of shit went into it.
Yeah. Well, like when I go to Subway, I normally get something like that because I'm kind of a picky eater. Like when it comes to like vegetables on food, it's like I'll eat lettuce and I'll eat like a tomato or something, but I don't like it when there's like an entire salad on the top of my burger and stuff like
And
that.
it's just like why?
Yeah, it's like
too much.
if I wanted a salad, I'd order a salad. I just
Me just realizing that I had a crossbow and not a melee weapon.
Good job.
dude, I was playing
I was sitting here trying to whack a fucking thing that was hitting me. I'm like, why isn't my melee working? And then I looked out. It's a crossbow.
That's okay. You could play the PS3 version of Skyrim the way that I did and literally have your game refuse to switch from your crossbow because it's really poorly programmed. Like, the PS3 version is so glitchy. Bro, I always wanted Mario Odyssey so hard. It's a dope game, dude. You should try it out.
Not a wolf. You want to know the one time I broke Skyrim and it was by complete accident?
I think you told me this earlier, but I can't remember. Oh
I
my
told
god.
you, but I don't know if Shadow heard it.
What
Ah,
happened?
You know how in like the DLCs you could, like in regular Skyrim you could be the werewolf, but in the DLCs you could turn into a vampire, right?
Yeah.
Well, I did the werewolf quest that went to do the Dawn Guard, right? I think that's what it is for the vampire.
yeah, I believe so.
And they're like, that's your
One of my
werewolf.
favorites.
We
What's up,
cannot-
Frank?
we
How you
cannot
feeling, my
accept
dude?
You into the vampire class unless you reject the werewolf gene in you. And I'm just like, I don't want to be a vampire then. And for some reason, the dude still bites
Feeling
me
good?
and
Dope,
makes me
dope.
a vampire. So I have a werewolf and a vampire form. I'm just like, how did this happen?
Okay, I know what happened then.
Easy day at work. Well, that's good. Congrats, dude. So what
Yeah,
would
that's
you
exactly
do,
what
Frank, if Mario tried to, like, if Mario snapped at you and, like, threw a vase at you and told you to fix him a sandwich?
I got an even bigger question. Did somebody glitch my game here?
Yes. Yes.
What'd you do?
You know what? Do you know why I say that? Nate?
Why?
You're supposed to get 3 keys to climb up this tower here.
Uh-huh.
For the 3 locked doors.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I got 1 key, and I saw the bottom one was unlocked. So I was like, oh, okay, so they must already unlocked it for me. I climb up, and all 3 doors are unlocked. I'm like, something's not right here.
It's fine. He's on Xbox One, I think.
Yeah, I'm playing Xbox One Dead Cells right now.
Xbox Juan. I'd ask him to go to couples therapy with me because I'd be scared of his abuse would spread to our children. Spleef and Sploof. Spleef and Sploof are good children names. Reminds me of my intern Scrimbly. See, I'm not actually Nathan. I've been Scrimbly this whole time. Nathan's actually in the living room eating Doritos.
How are you doing today?
He's in my basement.
Yeah, he's tied up in my basement. With a mouthful of Doritos. That's how I keep him from screaming for the police.
Eminem. When he said, and Dr. Dre said, nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead.
Dead. He's locked in my basement. Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Do you want to see me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids?
Oh, that's where they got that reference for the FNAF rap.
What?
FNAF
What's up,
rap
Ring? How you
was
feeling, my
like
dude?
The part you just said, right?
Yeah.
The FNAF friends and the FNAF rap part 2 by JT Music, they're like, hi, kids. Do you like violence? I'm going to grab a spare bear suit and stuff you inside it?
Oh, God. That sounds like no diss. That sounds so cringy to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's something really weird sounding about that to me. I'm gonna shove you in a bear costume and force you to be a furry with me. We're gonna yiff the night away, baby girl.
I mean, it's not as bad as what came after that, but...
Oh, okay.
Like, they legit, like...
I mean, like, no diss. Like, people can enjoy anything they want. I'm not sitting there saying, like, you're dumb for liking that rap. The mental, like, the editing of that song just sounds so weird to me.
The FNAF rap?
Yeah, like, there's something about that made me kind of cringe.
Cringe. Yeah. It's very cringy.
This is cringe, bro. I jam error time. This was my favorite theme in the video game. I've been good. I played this game when I got my Switch last year. I beat it in 3 days. Yeah. I got this with my Switch like last year, the year before, and I beat it like... I just sat down and played it on the couch and just beat it immediately. Because, like, I didn't go for 100% at first. I do have, like, a saved game in here where I am going for 100, but let me...
Yeah, but... Like, it gets, like, really dark after, like, the first, 10 seconds of that route.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
Because it goes from them, talking about, like, normal stuff that an animatronic would do, like, be honest, Five Nights at Freddy's, normal animatronic shite, to them actually, in front of kids, talking about how they're going to kill the security guard.
Pleasant.
You mean you don't want to kill the security guard anyways?
It went from bombing their life when they told you I was lifeless too. Was this someone in the main office? Sneaking around after hours? How obnoxious. Watching others on his camera is preposterous. Time to wake the others. Now we'll show them who the boss is.
Oh, I know that one too, though. That was Milanakis rap.
Who?
What about Andy Milonakis now?
That's what that part was.
I don't know who that is.
He's a man who looks like a little kid because he's got a... He's a rapper who looks like a little kid because he's got like a growth disease, I think.
Oh.
He's really entertaining.
This reminded me of the worst episode ever of True Crime that I've seen.
I mean, he's entertaining.
True Crime to CS.
Isn't True Crime like a GameCube game? It's got like Snoop Dogg in it.
True Crime. No, but there's also a TV series called True Crime, like Miami.
Are you talking about Law and Order or CSI Miami?
There's also True Crime. There's CSI and True Crime.
Oh, does anyone know what I'm talking? Is that True Crime on the streets of LA or whatever that I'm thinking of, or is that Real Crime?
I think that's actually Real Crime because I remember Real Crime as a game when I was young. I don't remember.
Yeah.
There it is. I found it.
We're talking about them big booty video games today, everybody.
Okay.
You ever play a video game and your PP gets bigger?
Wait, no, that's
You ever play a video game that make your PP grow?
Like,
You know
let's
what I'm
be honest. Who looks at Mortal Kombat without seeing the woman and just go, and okay?
Wait, what?
Like, if you look at Mortal Kombat's woman, like the woman of
The
Mortal
one
Kombat,
woman in Mortal Kombat, yes. The,
one woman. Do you
the
not know
single
how many
woman.
there are?
The single woman in Mortal Kombat.
Like in the original, yeah. The original only had like one or two.
I think they
The
had
new
like
one-
Sonya and Kitana or something in the original. Something like that.
Sonya and Katanya, maybe Melina as a downloadable or
Yeah.
an alternate.
Well,
skin
the
for
original,
Katana.
there's no way the original had downloadable stuff as an arcade
Not
game.
download, unlockable.
Yeah.
Hey, Boxy, I want to send you something, okay?
Sonya was the only one in MK1. Sonya's the only one we needed. Let's be real.
Because, again, we don't have...
Like, if I'm being honest, I as soon as Katana was introduced, I was all over her. I did not like her.
She was your Soul Calibur Ivy of that game, basically. You know, Ivy from Soul Calibur.
I've never played Soul Calibur.
Wait, what?
Soul what? You just say Soul probably?
I said I've never played Soul Calibur.
Oh, okay. Look up Ivy from Soul Calibur on a incognito window real quick.
Incognito, okay.
Just go to
It's
Google
just
Images.
scaring me. The way that you just said incognito.
Yeah, specifically go to an incognito tab and go to Images and type in Ivy from Mortal Kombat or from Soul Cal rather.
Okay, I'll try to send you something, Boxy, but...
This is a video game character?
Yeah, Ivy is a video game character.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have never been the guy who like ogles fictitious characters ever, but I gotta admit Ivy's one of those where I'm like, yeah, well, I'm betraying my morals today.
Anyways, I'm going to have to add it to you, okay, through
accept.
music.
I've accepted.
Okay, good. Now I'm
No.
going to send it to you.
I'm gonna lie. She's cool and all, like she's cute and all, but she just looks like a more like light version of Bayonetta.
You know, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
It just put her as black hair and walking around with pistols, and that's Bayonetta.
Frank says, Nathan, I just gotta tell you, I'm so full of farts today. Good. Use them. Use them to your
I will
advantage in
watch this.
life.
I will watch this later, okay, Wolf?
It's
Right
okay.
now I can't. That's because I'm on stream and I'm
That's
talking to
okay.
you guys.
Yeah.
That's the best I can find because...
Oh, did you send him the Andy Milanakis rap?
He sent me one of them.
Yeah. I didn't even know Andy Milanakis was a
It's
rapper.
actually his theme song to the
It-
show.
And I got
Oh,
a
it's the
question.
show theme song, like the It's My Show, I'm Andy Milan, that
I got
thing?
beans on my head, but don't call me Beanhead.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
had a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Wasn't he mentioned by somebody in one of their raps?
I don't know. I know Eminem said it's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose in one of his raps.
Oh, but I swear I've heard somebody mention Andy Milanakis.
Probably. He is famous. He had a show on MTV back in the day.
Oh wait, no, it's not a rap. It's what the fuck is that?
Okay, yes.
And it's not. I don't think it's Andy Milanakis, but he said something with the last name Milanakis.
I don't know. His 7 foot tall, scraggly elderly brother.
Tonight.
His 7 foot tall, scraggly elderly brother, Reginald Milanakis.
How do you know Reginald?
Oh yeah, man. Good old Reginald Milanakis. Everyone knows him.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a quack.
Oh yeah, man. He's such a character, you know. Always.
he lives and goes. "Quack, quack, quack."
He's always complaining about.
No, he's just stuck, dude.
He's
okay,
just
wait,
like an
that just sounds
elderly.
really-
He's just like an elderly racist guy.
This is the name that I found that it said. If you listen to what he says, it sounds suspiciously like this guy's last name.
Oh, dude, what if like Andy Milonakis is like if he had a brother and his brother was the polar opposite of him in every way? So like Andy Milonakis is like this child, like he looks like a child, grown adult man, which that I mean no disrespect, but that's the truth.
That's alright.
Imagine like, he's a rapper and he's whatever. He's very into like modern culture and whatever. He has a Twitch page. What if his brother's like a 7 foot tall, white haired, big? He's got a beard bigger than me, and he's like a farmer.
Wizard, dude.
He's a farmer in Ohio.
No, he's a freaking wizard.
Nate, you know what the name they said was, but it sounds like suspiciously like it?
What?
Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can see that.
And it's like, that's not... Who is this guy? I want to look up this guy.
He was in The Hangover.
Yeah.
He's an actor and a comedian.
Oh, okay, it was this guy.
Yeah, he's got a big beard and everything too. Speaking of which,
Yeah, but if you've never heard Tonight, it's a very fun song for like when you're
yeah.
to go over.
I was watching what the freak? I watched a Seth Rogen movie the other day that actually was really funny. And it was basically Paul Blart Mall Cop but with Seth Rogen. It was like Watch and Observe or some crap. And it was funny for like the wrong reasons. Like most of the jokes in it weren't very funny to me. And then there's just a random scene that for some reason I couldn't stop laughing at where he's trying to stop a flasher at the store. And they just show like the flasher like full frontal nudity. It just like you see this really fat guy's wiener as he's running away. And for some reason that just got me. I have no idea why, but I couldn't like.
I mean, there's something funny about a fat dude running away with his winger flapping.
Well, it's because he has like a normal like. Well, I don't even know if his wiener's normal. I think it's like below average. He has like kind of a small wiener, and he's like really huge, so it's like weird and unproportional. He's like running away.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I never like I like offensive humor, but I've never found nudity funny. But that's just like the one time where I couldn't like I was in the room with my parents while we were watching that and I couldn't stop like trying not to laugh. I don't know why.
Probably just unexpected. You know,
Yeah,
the
it was
best
so
thing when you don't
unexpected.
expect it to happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect that crap to happen because I thought they would censor it or something. Because like most movies.
Hey, be honest though, mate.
What?
You can't get a good laugh when you know the joke's coming.
True, that's
Yeah,
true.
pretty much.
Like comedy is somewhat about the unexpected. That's why improv is so fun.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know about you, but I'll sit there and I'll listen to someone talk about stuff and I'll try and anticipate the jokes sometimes. Like, what are they gonna say? And the best ones are when they completely come out of the blue. Like it's totally unexpected.
You know, it's like, wait, where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. It's stuff like that. Oh,
It's
I
like
love this
jump scares
music.
in video games are so prominent too. Like you can't get a good scare unless if you expect it to come. And
Yeah.
some games are still scary in that aspect, but a lot of them just lose their sense of fright when you know it's coming.
Oh, like horror games?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I'm way too susceptible to being startled. So, like, for me with horror games, like, I will know exactly what's coming. I will know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. But I anticipate it so much that I scare the crap out of myself with it. So when it happens, I'm like, oh my god, I knew it was going to happen. I freaking knew
You
it.
wanna know what's funny? You wanna know what's funny?
What?
I jump scared myself this morning. I was playing Skyrim. Do you know how?
How you got naked and got chased by Seth Rogen?
No, I was doing the Bleak Falls Burrow Crest, right?
Yeah.
My brain like knows that there's gonna be skeevers in this hole, so I'm like, time to go down the skeever hole.
The
And all of a
skeevers
sudden,
are the
skeevers
rats,
are, like,
right?
going next
Those
to
are-
the giant rats.
Yeah.
In, Bleak Falls. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, they're halfway up the stairs, and I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't expect them to be there that fast.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was playing Fortnite the other day and something similar happened where like I had no health and I was I was doing pretty well. I had like 7 or 8 kills cuz I was playing against what I assume are bots, to be honest. And then like I killed one real person and then another real person came in. So I'd been playing against bots most of the day and I was just relaxed. I'm like, this is easy. You know how you kind of just put yourself at ease when you're not having to try that hard?
You think everything's gonna be okay?
Yeah, and then like randomly my health got down, like someone destroyed my shields, and then I killed them, and I tried to run and heal myself. I built around myself, and another real person came and started shooting at me, and I'm like, oh my god, and I started like freaking out, and I kind of like ended up getting a grasp on what was going on, and just I built around myself. I think I popped a mini and then I killed him. But like it was the first time that entire round I actually had to attempt to try. So I was like, oh my gosh, difficulty? I forgot that this happens.
Hey, this is a fun weapon to use.
I didn't realize that in Oblivion your weapons and your armor break, by the way, until like yesterday's stream.
Also, hey,
Yeah.
do you like dungeon crawlers or roguelikes at all?
I haven't, honestly. I've only played like a couple of them. I played Dark Cloud on the PS2 and that's about it.
If you like any like real dungeon crawler / roguelike games,
Uh-huh.
you should try Dead Cells just because like the innovation with like a lot of their weapons and like slogans are.
I think I got that on Epic Games as well, but it's one again, like most of the Epic Games stuff I own I can't play right now. But I could probably
Dead
try it
Cells
at
is
some
like
point.
a really fun game. Like I just passed up the Rhythm and Bazooki weapon.
Yeah.
You know what that's you know what the name is a ripoff of?
What?
Banjo and Kazooie.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
You want to know why I know this?
Because you like Banjo-Kazooie, I assume.
No, the weapon that they give you is literally a banjo.
Ha! That's awesome. See, I wish they would make a Banjo 3. Because, like, I actually will defend Nuts and Bolts, because I think it's just that it's not what people wanted, but that doesn't make it a bad game, because it's not what you wanted. I've always felt that way.
A lot of games aren't what people want, but that's not what makes them a bad game. What makes them a bad game.
Yeah, like, I feel like no one will judge Banjo, Nuts and Bolts objectively. Everyone's like, this isn't what I wanted, and it's like, yeah, but that doesn't make it bad. And like every conversation I have about that game is people saying that game's terrible. I'm like, no, it's not. You've never played it longer than 2 minutes. Like I've heard criticisms like the worlds are so empty. It's like, yeah, because you're meant to go across them in vehicles. That's why they're empty. And once you start doing missions, they fill the world up with little objectives. It's just that if you're
the same thing with like all the racing games like Pac-Man and like
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing, a lot of them were shut down almost instantly.
well, Diddy Kong
Well,
Racing
like-
is really loved.
Like a lot of people like it now, but back when it first came out, it wasn't a big thing.
I remember
No,
Diddy
people
Kong
are
Racing
expecting
being
it
a
to be
big
like-
thing. I think Pac-Man Rally wasn't very popular, but I liked it. Pac-Man
More
World Rally,
I fucking
rather.
love that game.
I got it in like a 3-pack when I was a kid. Oh crap, I forgot these things
With
existed.
Pac-Man World 2 and 3 and then Pac-Man World Rally.
Yeah, that's how I got it as a kid.
That's how I got it too. I got it for the PlayStation 2 twice.
Oh my gosh, I
Like,
forgot
it's
about these tanks. They're my favorites. Oh, I forgot which button to press though. Yeah. Oh, I forgot
love
about these.
it. I love the freak out of it.
Oh yeah, it's a great little racing game. I remember we had like one of my mom's like friends over at the house, and she's like she's literally like one of my mom's friends. She's my mom's age. And I kind of asked her because, like, I was like a lonely freaking kid. I had no one to play games with most of the time. And, like, I could deal with that because I played mostly, like, single-player stuff. But occasionally I would ask adults, like, hey, you want to play a game with me or whatever? And my mom's friend agreed to it. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll play a game with you. And she sits there playing Pac-Man World Rally, and she lost, right? She did, like, miserably in the game. And she just sat there nonchalantly like, oh well. I'm like, how are you not bothered by that? How are you not bothered by the fact that you lost miserably? Like, I understand if you just lose, but you didn't try. And she's like, it's just a game. And I remember being so confused as a kid. Because, like, I don't agree with, like, the ninja mentality of, like, you're supposed to be mad at the game. But, like, I think it's human to get mad sometimes at them. And I was so shocked.
And I tell a lot of people, like, feel, but a lot of people don't. It's like, it's okay to get mad occasionally, but when you're constantly yelling at a game, there's something wrong.
Yeah, well, that, like, when you're constantly yelling at a game, that's when it's time to switch games or just turn it off.
Like, but I know what I found weird about Ivy just a couple days ago, or just yesterday, actually.
Ivy? Like the character I was just talking about?
Angel.
Oh, Angel. Okay. What's up?
You wanna know what I found weird about her?
What?
She says she takes everything competitive, right? That she plays every game competitively, right?
Yeah.
That was her excuse for getting mad at Overwatch because she lost.
Yeah.
And Michael were talking, maybe she should play competitive Overwatch if she takes everything so seriously. And
Yeah.
she was like, I play everything competitively, but I won't play competitive. I'm just like, what?
I think what she's trying to say is she's competitive in online multiplayer games. Like, she wants to win.
But she won't actually play competitive.
She doesn't want to play in tournaments, but she wants to do well when she plays.
Not even tournaments, like basic competitive, like ranking games and stuff.
Oh, then I don't understand that. I was gonna say, like, I get that because, like, I'm competitive in games.
Like team deathmatch and stuff, right?
Like, I don't want to just let myself lose, but I definitely wouldn't want to play in, like, a Smash Brothers tournament because, like, I'm not as good as the people who do that, but I definitely don't set out to lose in any game.
I would understand if it was like a tournament with money on the line, right?
Yeah.
That's how they
I guess
tournaments back in the day.
I would understand like that being a big like, no, I don't want to do that type thing.
Yeah.
But he tried to get like she was mad at somebody in a 4v4 deathmatch, right?
Yeah.
A team deathmatch that was a level 10 playing Genji. She accused him of feeding because while we were all grouped up, he kept running ahead. And be honest, Genji's a flank. He's supposed to be the one to go in and break the line so we can all pick them all.
I mean, like,
that's Genji's main role is to go in and break the lines up so everybody else can pick them off when they try to scatter.
I think Angel just, like, I think people like are like this in general.
Like, I
they
wouldn't even be mad if that's as far as it went. But then she went and told about like he should be reported for feeding and stuff. And I'm like, I won't do anything. He's a low level. He's playing Genji. He's doing what he thinks he has to do, right?
I
So,
think
like, that won't do anything.
Look, I won't.
That won't do anything. She yelled like she was like, "Well, it should," and I'm just like.
I think she's just mad at the game is all. Like, it happens. Like, I've gotten mad at Fortnite before on stream, and like, for example, I've gotten mad at Fortnite when I'm aiming at a guy from a distance and my crosshair's perfectly on him, but because he's too far away, my shots aren't hitting. You know, like, I've gotten mad at stuff like that, and I've been like, but I'm aiming at him perfectly. Like,
yeah,
I think
I understand being mad at the game or like at certain things, but when you're directing that anger specifically at one person,
I don't know. Like, she's look, man. She's not my girlfriend, so it doesn't bother me that much. But you know what I mean.
I understand that.
I'm trying not to talk. I'm trying not to say anything negative about your girlfriend or about anyone because I don't know.
I'm not even trying to bring you into this. I was just telling you, like, it's something weird that I found out is that she likes to play competitive, but she won't actually play competitive. That's what I was gonna leave it at, but
Yeah, I feel you.
my
I feel
brain
you.
just wandered.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Like, everyone needs to vent and everyone needs to talk sometimes. I was just like, I don't want to take this too far to the point where it feels disrespectful because
Yeah.
I don't have a horse in this race.
Now because like I feel like I took it too far myself. So.
Oh, like, I don't care. I just know I don't have a horse in this race, so it doesn't bother me. The only time I've ever been mad at anyone in general when I'm playing online with them is like when they're like constantly screaming over me when I'm trying to talk on the stream. And
Oh yeah, by the way, we gotta play Dauntless at some point.
we do have to play Dauntless. I play it on Tuesdays most of the time. I do Dauntless Tuesdays.
If you get on Dauntless on Tuesday, maybe we could find like maybe you could help me with some heroics if you're up for that. Like, I need to do some heroic hunts.
Yeah, I think so. I admit I'm not very good.
How far are you into Dauntless? Like how far?
I can't. I think I'm like level 21 or something.
Oh, not level. Like how far? Like what quests do you have on that?
Oh crap! I can't. I'll have to look at it. I'll before the end of the stream remind me, and I'll open up my Dauntless and just look.
But if you're at like lower than me, I can help you get up to where I am.
My Twitch just welcomed me to my chat room because the chat's been kind of quiet for a while, so it refreshed. It's funny.
Just like hi.
Yeah, it really like Twitch does that sometimes. It'll like refresh the chat, and I just looked over because we got a couple viewers, but everyone's lurking, and it says "Welcome to chat." I'm like, why are you welcoming me anyways? This is my chat. I created it. I can destroy it just as easily.
That's how everybody should feel. It's like I created you.
Yes.
I will destroy.
That's what I'm gonna say if I ever have a son and he disrespects me. You say something, Shadow?
I created you. I can destroy you.
Yes. But yeah, like in competitive stuff on the stream, the only times I ever get angry is if people are constantly yelling over me because we're in a big squad. That's why I took steps to prevent that just by like lessening the number of people who can be in the voice chat. Just so there's less voices all at once. Because, like, what we got right here is fine. But when I have, like, 5 or 6 other people, I'm like, oh, my God. I'm trying to be nice, but this is driving me crazy slowly.
I can get that.
And, like, and that's not, I'm not talking about you or anyone specific. I just mean everyone in general. When it gets to that point, it becomes chaotic. And I just,
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy, but I do have trouble, like, holding my tongue when I'm irritated about things, so I don't ever want to like be toxic.
An hour of Dead Cells, almost 2 hours of Skyrim.
Sweet.
I think. Oh, I want to play next. Borderlands or Wizards of Legend.
I've never heard of Wizard of Legends, but I'm sure Borderlands would do good for you.
Wizards of Legend is basically like, do you know what Enter the Gungeon is?
I've heard of it. I think it's a roguelike,
Enter
right?
the Gungeon is basically like a roguelike dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Wizards of Legend is pretty much the same thing, except instead of only 1 or 2 guns per person, you're gonna
Yeah.
have like 5 to 7 goes on each person. And like, you have your always basic attack,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the pistols that you start off with dungeon, and then you have like special things that you grab and use, like signature ability, regular ability, which is not your slash, your dash ability, which if you get certain ones could have an effect on like your gameplay. Cause like there's the fire chill dash, there's the ice zone dash, and then there's another one, lightning pole dash, I think it is. And then you could have a total of 2 extras that you find later in the dungeon.
Sorry, I'm listening to you. I'm just like focused on what's going on in the game right here.
No, it's okay. I know that you're focused. Like I saw what part you were on.
Yeah.
So I just realized I had like 16 different updates my computer. That
Oh, I thought you yelled the word douche. I was like, what?
I was like, yeesh.
There you go.
And then, holy crap, I got 60.
Well, I finished my Gatorade now. Let me start with some water.
Hey, hallelujah! I got to drink water.
Okay. Anyways. I'm going to go for a bit. I'll talk to y'all in a few minutes.
You have a good day,
Hey, drunk Nate.
Yeah, he just got me drunk on water. What if, like, the longer the stream went on, the more I started, I want to start doing that just to screw with people's heads. The longer I stream, the more I start to, like, slur my words and sound drunk. Just so people start to get confused. Oh my god.
Like,
Oh
drink
no,
water.
this
Are
poor
you
guy's
sure that's
dead.
Water, Nathan?
Huh? Yeah. Sure.
Are you sure it's water?
Yes.
Hey, why is there a dead guy on the ground? What did you do to him?
I don't know. I guess I killed him somehow.
Someone give me something to eat.
Enjoy your meal. I ate a weird freaking breakfast of chicken strips this morning, dude.
Did you leave the rocket?
Oh, because I already did the rocket part.
Oh,
I'm backtracking right
all the way
now.
up there for the rocket and then just jump off.
No. I'm trying to. This is where I need to be. I think. I kind of like. I lost my place while we were having a conversation in the game, so I backtracked without realizing it. I forgot that I need to like blow up this wall right here. Gosh, this has like such good music, dude. Like I think Frank said that when I entered this kingdom.
Yeah, he said this has his favorite thing in the game.
Yeah, it's just got like a very not to sound old, but a very like groovy sound to it. I remember I used to have a math teacher in college, and she said the word groovy non-ironically constantly. Like, she would be like, Nathan, did you do your homework? Do you have it to turn in? I'm like, oh, yeah, I got it. And then I hand it to her, and she's like, groovy. I'm like, okay. I'm not going to say anything about that. Like, that is one of my worst freaking character traits, is it's so hard for me, like, to not poke fun at things I find silly. And sometimes it, like, hurts other people's feelings, because, like, for example, like, with her, I never poked fun at her because she's my college professor and I don't want to get in trouble. But, like, I've had conversations with people before where, like, for example, on Twitter one time, you remember when everyone was mad at Doug Walker from Channel Awesome? Do you remember? I don't know. You still connected?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Do you remember that at all?
I remember what?
When everyone was mad at Doug Walker from Channel Awesome.
Somebody Walker. Who?
Doug Walker. I think we're having some. Doug Walker?
No, I know a lot of Walkers. I don't know who he is.
He's just yeah, I know Walker, Texas Ranger. He's just like a content creator on the internet. There was a time when people were really mad at this guy, and they were trying to cancel him, and his name is Doug, right?
Oh, Doug Walker.
Yeah, Doug Walker. And at this point in time, I remember there's this person I was following on Twitter who she made a joke. Everyone was making this joke calling Doug Walker Dog Walker as a joke, and I thought it was funny at first, but like I have a natural tendency where when everyone's making the same joke, I'm just like, oh, whatever. And like I oftentimes assume people are like being sarcastic about something when they're not, and that causes a lot of confusion. So like this person was saying like, I really love people calling Doug Walker Dog Walker. And I responded, and I assumed she was saying that in a sarcastic way. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it is a really unoriginal thing to say, isn't it? And I was dead serious because I thought she was just screwing around being sarcastic because everyone was doing it. And like, I don't know, I sometimes can just have a very contrarian attitude. And I'm like, what everyone else is doing is bad. And so I kind of said that, and she got all like, She got defensive in a way that wasn't even reasonable. She's like, stop bullying me. I just call, and I'm like, geez, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought you were being sarcastic. I just keep seeing people saying it, so I thought you were screwing around. And she got like really upset at me. I'm like, calm down. Like, even if I was making fun of you, like, this is not reasonable. This sounds just like Zelda music. God, I want to play Ocarina soon. Not like the instrument.
I might need to play Breath of the Wild again.
I've never played that, and I need to play that at some point. I just haven't been able. Huh?
Breath of the Wild's amazing. Like, I got it for my birthday from Stan, who gave it to me.
Yeah, I really need to get that game. It's one of those ones where, like, most Nintendo games are, like, they stay at $60, and so, like, I try and get, like, one or two expensive Nintendo games, like, every 6 months or every year or something, because, like...
Oh, shit. If I find a way, man, I'll get it.
Oh, crap, I can shoot these from a distance. I was thinking the other day, like, whenever I get my first Twitch payout, what I would even spend it on. Because, like, I'm not that close yet. I think I'm, like, halfway there at this point, the last time I checked. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, I could spend it on equipment, or I could, like, spend it on, like, games to play on the stream or something. I don't know. Because, like, there's not much equipment I need anymore. The only stuff I would need are, like, things that I couldn't afford anyways. Like just, well, and those aren't even needs. Those are more like in a perfect world situations. I know that has nothing to do with what you were saying. I was thinking about that the other day.
You're good.
Dang, this kingdom's a little bit longer than I remember it being. Oh, here's the boss though. This one's weird. I'm not gonna lie. Go on, get him. There we go.
That's a boss?
Yeah, this is a boss.
It's over.
Flowers must have all the flowers. Flowies for howies. Don't mess with me, biped. Oh, wow. This has some cool freaking music, dude. This has some dank, sweaty music, bruh. Would you kiss your dad if he vomited into your mouth? Oh, wait. Never mind. What?
I guess my dad if what?
If he vomited into your mouth?
Oh, no. Nothing.
I forgot that you actually have problems with your parents before I said that, by the way.
I have no problem kissing the people that I consider my dad. If you're talking about my real dad, no, I won't
Do you consider
anything.
Sim your dad?
I consider Sim my boyfriend.
Oh, okay. But would you ever consider him your dad?
That is a question that I have to ask myself.
This is a question I ask myself every day. 2 times a day. Okay, what would you do if you were having a conversation with Sim, right? Okay, you were having a conversation with Sim and he blinked and you swore you saw like a second a second like eyelid, so he's got like weird snake eyes. And then like as you're talking to him, you notice he has like a forked tongue. And then he begins to try to like he slowly starts growing scales. What would you do?
I would genuinely freak out.
What if he said now we can all live our furry destinies? And then you became a true fox. You literally transformed into an anthropomorphized fox.
That's the thing. That's the things people assume about me. That's wrong.
What?
Odyssey might be my name, but my persona is not a fox. It's a wolf.
Okay, well, what if you became a wolf then?
Sim is snake though. Wouldn't he be the phoenix?
Okay, he's a phoenix snake. he's a snake, but he's got flaming phoenix wings and a beak.
But just imagine Sim being a phoenix snake. You just stab the snake and it just bursts into flames, and then it's just like, why'd you try to kill me?
He's got phoenix wings, though. He's a snake with wings. Hey, what's up, Jacob?
Hey!
Well, go ask Sim. Oh, can Mario kill the squirrel? Can Mario kill the squirrel? Can Mario kill the squirrel? Daddy needs some squirrel stew. No! The squirrel killed himself.
Like, you're gonna become mine because I know you motherfuckers are unkillable. Him was mine. I'm on a mission. Guys on a mission. Go and kill the guy that killed him.
What is going on?
About 3 to 10 or kills later, guess who comes back?
The machine.
Yeah, he's just like, hey,
So what's this game about? It's about Mario going on an Odyssey.
Motherfucker, I knew you were coming back. No one's gonna conquer this guy.
Quick, ask Sim that question.
Now he's my work.
Sam.
Now he's my captain for the game.
Sam.
What?
Nate wanted me to ask you a question.
What?
He said, what would happen if one day you started turning into a phoenix snake and you said something, I don't remember the sentence, I became a wolf, what would you do? Did you hear him?
Oh, I did not repeat it for me.
He said, I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay. Jacob, what would you do if you were hanging out with your dad? Jacob in chat, all right. What'd you do if you were hanging out with your dad and suddenly, like, he started growing elongated claws and he turned into a dog? And then he started humping your leg. What would you do? And you can answer, too, if you want, Foxy.
Honestly, if that happened, my dad would be kicked off my leg like a fucking ball, just be like, oh, poodle.
What dog would each of your family members turn into if they turned into dogs?
Oh God.
Hey, give me a sec. My family had to tell me that I'm gonna have to help them move some furniture in a little bit, so I'm gonna probably get the first moon in this area, and then I'll end the stream here. They stole our kingdom's finest luck, Lady Durst. Let me kill the call and call him back. A working man, I see. Yes. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I don't know if he's connected anymore. He may be AFK. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get like the very first moon here. So what have you been up to this morning, Jacob? You done anything interesting? You killed any monsters? Killed any zombies? Look at these guys, they're so suspicious. What's up? Can you hear me? What is going on their end?
I'm back.
Alright, what's up? Sorry, my family had to tell me something on stream, like off stream. They need to tell me that I'm gonna have to help them move some furniture in a sec.
Oh, Ivy's mad at me for trying to make her a shih tzu.
For trying to make what?
Her shih tzu.
Her dog?
You said what kind of dog would all my...
Oh, retell that real quick. Because I'm about to end the stream, but let me know that. You said she'd be a shih tzu.
I said Ivy would, or Angel, as you know her, would probably be a shih tzu. And she's mad at me because she's like, I'm not going to be a shih tzu.
Alright. And what would Sim be?
She's mad at me for calling her my shih tzu.
And what would Sim be?
And more than likely would be a golden retriever because he's like very loyal to like the person that he like cares about.
I can see that. He seems like he'd be a golden retriever or like a lab, maybe.
as me, I'm probably the Rottweiler because I'm bipolar AF.
Okay, I can see that.
Lovable 1 second, and the next second I'm ready to kill somebody.
Yeah, Jacob says he's been doing uni work. That's good. That's good. That's real good. And Jacob, if you and your family were dogs, what breed of dogs would you become? Mario Fish. Stupid little brown spiders on the wall. Mario Fish looks like he's constantly vibrating. That's just how he swims. He kind of does, actually. He's having a seizure, like a permanent seizure. Mario Fish needs some help, dude. You know what I mean?
They're not basic.
Huh?
I have the color on that. She said we'd be Labradors to be basic. They're not basic.
Jacob?
Labs are actually very sophisticated because there's so many different breeds of them.
I mean, yeah, but they're not like... Maybe he's talking about like visually, because I just see labs as like pretty normal looking dogs.
Labs are pretty normal looking, but they're not basic.
Yeah, well, I think he means that in a good way anyways. I at least assume so. Labs are nice dogs. I wanted to have one when I was a kid for a while, but we just never got one.
Well, it depends actually on where you live, Jacob. In the USA, labs are a lot more common than in other places.
He's a German.
In the USA, pit bulls are a lot more common than in other places.
He's German and he's English. Like he's lived in England and Germany.
No, who joined?
What?
There, I'm back.
Oh, what's up? I'm actually about to end the stream in a second, Shadow, but welcome back.
Oh, sorry. I was a little...
Oh, you're good. I didn't expect to be ending it. I just, I have to help my family move some chairs.
Tell me when you're gonna end the stream so I can see your Dauntless thing, and then,
yeah, I'll do that right now, because I said I was gonna just, like, get, the first moon in this area, and I ended up getting 3, so I fulfilled
so
my
you go do
criteria.
that, and I'm gonna go start up my stream.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me log
Because
into
why not?
Dauntless real quick just to show you.
That's the only reason why I actually stopped my stream is because I was too distracted watching you.
Well, that's a good thing. I have that power over people. Labradors are the most owned dogs. Okie doke.
God,
I mean, they
say
seem
that?
like nice dogs.
Yeah,
You said that line? Said that line, and my mind instantly went to the Labyrinth movie with, like, David Bowie in it.
Yeah, I love that
"You have
movie.
Power over me.
Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, I've fought my way here to the castle beyond the Goblin City to take back the child you have stole. For my will is as strong as yours, and my kingdom is as great. You have no power over me. Well, well, Sarah. It's a crystal, nothing more. But if you turn it this way, it'll show you your dreams. My favorite quote from that movie is when he's dressed like a goblin beggar, and he goes, nothing, tra-la-la. It's just like the weirdest thing. I'm level 22 in Dauntless, and this is my character.
Quest do you have, though? Like, what's the current quest you have?
It says King of the Hill. Make room, and King of the Hill are the 2 I got.
I would tell you how far you are, but I cannot see past your character. Or past your screen there in the corner.
I make room,
So
and King
you
of the
are on the
Hill.
heroic quest. That's good.
Yeah, I suppose so. All right, well, thank you for joining me in a voice chat, y'all, and thank you to everyone who tuned in. Be sure to hit follow if you're not followed, and subscribe if you want to support the channel monetarily. If y'all want to promote your own Twitches real quick, go ahead and say so.
I'll be streaming around like maybe 5 o'clock on Shadow Wolf 668.
Yep, and let me
Be sure
post
to hit
that in
that one up.
chat there. And go ahead, Foxy. I don't think you can share your link, but
I
I'll...
stream randomly on and off on mixer.com/FoxySelects25. I currently don't have a Twitch, but maybe soon.
Well, you have a Twitch account for watching. You don't, like, stream on there yet.
I don't stream on it because I don't have a PC to stream it to. I stream straight from the Xbox. That's why I use Mixer.
Actually, they do have a Twitch for Xbox as well.
They do.
I tried using that. It was just so confusing to have 2 chats up at the same time.
Oh, do they
I
have
would do
two
it.
chats?
That's what I'm saying. No,
I
you
would have
to
my Mixer and my Twitch chat at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well,
I have
anyways,
the Twitch up for mine, so.
yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.